All right, we've now been joined by our race winner, Ty Majeski, of tonight's 25th annual UNOH 200 presented by Ohio Logistics. Ty, congratulations on that win. In those final laps, I know this win locks you in for a spot in the Final Four going into Phoenix. Was that on your mind, or were you more focused on just getting the win in general?
I think a little bit of both. I think the 8 championship contenders came into Bristol, really wanting to win the race. Obviously, no one wants to go to Talladega and not locked into Phoenix. It's such a huge wild card, and we brought our best truck here and put our best effort we could into winning this race because we knew, given the amount of playoff points we have, and we knew winning Bristol was our easiest avenue, obviously. So, obviously, hard to win these races, right? You've got to execute on all levels and at the right time, and it's difficult to do that. So just proud of everybody at ThorSport, Road Ranger. This is such a cool win for us. To win at Bristol under the lights, as a short track guy like me, this is a dream come true.
And this is your first victory in 40 starts in the Camping World Truck Series. First of all, congratulations on that. But like you said, how much did it mean to you to win here at Bristol for your first race?
Well, my NASCAR career has been up and down for sure. There's a lot of times where I thought potentially it was coming to an end, and Duke and Rhonda took a chance on me last season, and I went to go work there as an engineer. Ran 4 races for them last year and turned it into a full-time deal, and I knew that this was a really good opportunity for me. Duke and Rhonda run state-of-the-art operation up in Sandusky, Ohio, and getting to know how they work and sort of the atmosphere that they've grown up in Sandusky. It just fit me and fit my family, and logistically it made sense being in Ohio. I'm able to locate to Wisconsin pretty often and be around my family, which makes it easy, and it's just cool to finally get in victory lane. We've been so close, I feel like, throughout the season, and no better time to execute and pull one off than the second round of the playoffs.
All right, we're now going to go to questions. If you have a question, raise your hand. I'm going to get to as many people as I can. I'm going to start with Bob. Oh, Jacob, go ahead.
Jacob Seelman kicking the tires. Ty, first off, congratulations. I know you've scratched and clawed at every level from the short tracks all the way up, and I know you've been close how many times this season. Is there something poetic about a short track guy like yourself finally getting the job done here, of all places?
I think so. I've been a part of a lot of short track races and a lot of premier short track races. And, when it came down to that last restart, it was just another late race restart in position to win. And I've been fortunate enough to be in that position a lot throughout my career. Maybe not on the NASCAR stage, but I've got a lot of experience in it. And I wasn't nervous. It was just, again, I just took it as another restart. I think Joe was more nervous than I was. He was like, "Okay, you got to hit your shifts here," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So it was just cool to execute finally. We've been so close all season long. Felt like we have had trucks capable of winning, and we're finally able to put it all together tonight.
All right, Bob, go ahead.
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. It's not unprecedented for a driver to get their first win at Phoenix and win a championship, which we saw with Hemrick last year. But how different do you think it will be going into Phoenix, going for a championship with knowing that you've won a race and have closed the deal at least once before?
I feel good about it. Our strong suit, I think, has been short tracks this year. Ran really good at Richmond, had a really fast truck at Gateway, didn't have the results. So I feel good about going to Phoenix. I think we've developed a good short track package over the course of this season. Obviously, Joe Shear has been notorious for having a lot of success on short tracks with Johnny and Cole Custer and really anybody he's worked with. So Phoenix is a short track, but it's kind of pretty aero dependent, like an intermediate. So it's kind of a cross between the two. But we're gonna, we've been working hard. We've been doing some preliminary sim on it for Phoenix already, and hopefully we can unload with a good setup. We've been unloading so close and so fast in these practice sessions, and that makes the day go a lot easier when you unload that close. So just testament to Joe, all of our engineering staff. It's fun to be a part of those conversations and be a part of, having set up input and being in the room with these guys, coming up with what we're going to unload with that weekend. So I love being a part of it with these guys, and we go to the racetrack and win together. It's pretty cool.
All right, Matt, go ahead.
Matt Weaver, Racing America. Zane said that he felt like he launched better on the bottom on the PJ1, but it looked like the top was obviously super vital for restarts. When Zane chose the bottom, did you think, okay, well, this is what I needed, or did it not really matter?
I didn't know. The biggest thing is the launch. If you're the bottom guy and you can get into one side by side, the bottom is probably preferred, but the launch it's so much easier to hit when you're in the top groove, it seemed like, especially tonight. I didn't really know what to think. Obviously, I was going to go in whatever lane he didn't, just to give yourself a chance to win and beat him into one. And, he spun his tires a little bit and maybe missed his shift or waited too long to shift. I heard him hit the chip, and that was my opening. And I knew once we got out in clean air, I had a little bit fresher tires than what he had, and I had run him down in that previous run. So I knew once I got out front, we were going to be pretty tough to beat.
And then the adversity has been well documented. Your NASCAR specific journey. Do you even think about that in the last several laps or during the cool down laps? I mean, right now, is the adrenaline still kind of the overriding thing, or has it started to hit you that, hey, I'm a winner, and what does that mean?
I don't know. There's a lot of confusing emotions for sure. This has obviously been a long road, but I've known in my heart that I could succeed at this level given the right opportunity. There's been a lot of great people around me that have pushed me through hard times and kept me going when it looked like it maybe wasn't going to happen. And we just kept pushing. And like I said, I took the backseat to driving last year, ran 4 races, took an engineering job at Thor Sport in hopes it would turn into this. And I knew, I learned a lot from my past failures. Maybe to some people they weren't failures, but to me they were. And I've learned a lot from those and took all those lessons and applied it to this season. Just really was trying to take what the truck would give me and not trying to take a 10th place truck and finish 7th with it. If it was 10th that day, just finish 10th in one piece and work on it and make it better. And that's kind of the mentality that I've had this season. And I feel like I knew when the timing was right, I would have gotten aggressive, and I feel like we did tonight, and we're able to execute at the right time.
All right, we're going to go to Deb, then up to the press box for a question, and then back downstairs. Go ahead, Deb.
Thank you. Deb Williams, RacingToday.com. Congratulations, Ty. To go a little bit more on your engineering and working in the shop, how did that benefit you tonight as you went for the win?
Well, I think I'm different from most drivers in the sense that I know exactly what's in the truck. So me, Joe Shear, my crew chief, Ryan, my engineer, we sit in Joe's office for probably 4 hours a day just running sim. And, we're coming up with different ideas together, and I'm talking about my past experiences, and Joe's talking about his past experiences at a certain racetrack, and Ryan's running the computer. He's new to asphalt racing, but he's a great dude and a great engineer. He's doing a great job in his first year. So it's just a team effort, and I love being a part of those conversations. I'm very much a part of that on my late model program, and I've gotten to the point where I've got enough experience to be a benefit in that sense on the NASCAR side now. So that's an aspect of it I really enjoy. I love being a race car driver, but I also love coming up with new ideas and being part of the setup conversations. That's something I thoroughly enjoy almost as much as driving, and being able to be a part of that, then going to the racetrack and racing what you've helped come up with is pretty gratifying.
Okay, thank you. And one other question. This kind of centers on your late model. You were the first winner of the Kawicki Driver Development Program. And what does it mean to you to get your first win at Bristol, which will always be linked with Alan, and 30 years after Alan won his championship?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a big reason why I did my Polish victory lap down the front stretch. 2015 was really the season that catapulted my career. That was, of course, the inaugural season for the Quickie Driver Development Program, and we went on to win, 20-some races that year, set the track record at the Snowball Derby, ran, inside the top 3 that whole race, and I feel like that was a season where, we were really getting some people in the NASCAR community to recognize me, and the Quickie Driver Development Program was a big part of that, and so cool to win here at Bristol. I'm so glad that it came at a racetrack like this. That's meant so much to Alan. It's just it's really cool. Tom Roberts, he always keeps up with me. We keep in touch. He runs that program, and it's just so cool to sort of see it come full circle and be able to do that Polish victory lap. It's pretty cool.
All right, we're going to go upstairs for a question. Chris, go ahead.
Chris Knight, GetTrends.com. Ty, you haven't been to Phoenix since 2019. Is that any way a disadvantage for you compared to the other guys that are expected to be in the championship 4, or does that not matter if you're bringing in a truck that was as competitive as it was tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you've got experience at a racetrack, in the vehicle you're going to be racing helps. I think that a lot has changed since then. The tires have changed, right? The body builds have changed. I'm on a different team. They're laying a lot of PJ1 down on the top groove, especially. That's kind of changes how you race that racetrack. So we just got to do what we've been doing all season, develop a good setup, and I know Joe will have something up his sleeve for that place for sure. He's run good there in the past, and we just got to do what we've been doing all season. That's just execute on all levels, and got to have good pit stops, and got to do the small things, and track position is key there. So just excited for the opportunity, excited to go to Phoenix, first full-time season. We're running for a championship. Doesn't get too much better.
All right, I think we had one more question. Go ahead.
Joshua Weatherman, Short Track Report. We know how many huge short track races you have won in your career. Where does this one rank on that list?
Well, it's got to be in the top 2 for sure. Obviously, winning on the national stage is pretty cool. Certainly between this one and the Snowball Derby for sure. Just to win in the upper 3 series of NASCAR, especially when a lot of people doubted what I could do at this level. It feels really good to show and prove that I can win at this level. It's really, really nice to be in good equipment and surrounded with good people. Duke and Rhonda, like I said, have built such an empire up in Sandusky, Ohio. So cool to bring the sword back to them. And I guess ThorSport has swept both Bristol races, one on dirt and one on concrete. So it's pretty cool too.
All right, any final questions? All right, well, congratulations on that win.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.